What is up? What is up? What's going on, beautiful people? Hope you guys are doing well. This is Jay here from the ZTA, and I wanted to make this video giving you a full walkthrough of what we do, who we are, who I am, and just to offer a little more context into what we provide in terms of our automated futures trading software and how it could potentially help you. My name is Jade. I am the founder here of ZTA. I was a software engineer for over 12 years, and I was blessed enough to work for a variety of companies in tech. I've worked for huge multinational corporations to smaller consulting roles as well. I pretty much worked in every facet of technology that you can think about. And I've been a trader now for over 5 years. For the first 2 of those 5 years, I was a manual trader. So I was at the charts every morning. And I would be trading for 3, 4, 5 hours a day sometimes. I'm at the charts, I'm drawing trend lines, I'm drawing flag patterns. I'm trying to do whatever I can to squeeze out an edge in the markets. And I learned after a couple of years that I was pretty much playing the game on hard mode, meaning I was literally doing things the hardest way. And so at about the 2.5 year mark, I wanted to find a way to combine the skill I had acquired in software, in technology, in coding. I wanted to apply that to my newfound love for trading, and that is how ZTA was born. Right. So we are a licensed NinjaTrader vendor, which means that we have the exclusive right to make algos and software tools and plugins for the NinjaTrader platforms. I have folks who ask me every week, if we do things for crypto or options and Forex, and I always say no. Our goal is to become masters at automated algorithmic futures trading, right? So that's pretty much a brief gist into who I am, into what ZTA is, and what we offer. So, in terms of why we created Zion Trading Algos, right? Why did we create ZTA? So one of the main things I've seen over the last few years is that most retail traders fail. If you are watching this video, you may or may not be a retail trader who has been trying to do this on your own for a few months or even a few years. I've talked to folks who've been trading manually at the retail level for 4, 5, 6 years and are still losing money. Okay. And the reason for this is over 95% of retail traders fail. We know that retail traders are a losing group of traders, and the vast majority of them fail. In spite of what you may see in online marketing, on YouTube, on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, most traders who intend or attempt to trade at the retail level fail. And the reason for this is because most traders do not have an edge. And so their manual trading will naturally have an over reliance on emotion and intuition because they don't have a system. And what happens is that the manual trading will lack consistency. You'll be green for a week and you'll just blow it all, right? I used to struggle with this over and over and over again. I could be having a fantastic all green week. I'll have a brief argument with my lady or have a little issue in traffic or whatever, and I will go into the markets, man, and just take one too many trades. I'm over risking, oversizing, breaking all of my rules, and I would give it all back. And this was a repeated cycle over and over again for me for, as I said, at least a couple of years. And so I wanted to use automation and I wanted to find a way to approach things in a more systematic way. In terms of what a lot of these other companies do, and in terms of what's out there on the markets, I'm sure you have seen ads for automated trading strategies, algos, EAs on Forex, whatever you want to call it. If you're watching this video, you are more than likely not a stranger to the concept of an algo or a bot or an EA or whatever you want to call it. The problem is most of these are junk. Most of these ads you see are marketed to folks who don't really have the knowledge and the know-how in terms of what to look for, and they don't really have an understanding of the realities of what it takes to be a profitable trader, right? And so because the average retail client and because the average retail person is a little more ignorant into the nuances of profitable trading and what it takes to build a profitable trading system, you have a lot of these companies who are cropping up every week, it seems like, and they're making these claims about AI and machine learning and we can help you achieve 10% a month or whatever it is. And the thing I'm here to tell you is that a lot of these companies are charging folks 20, 25. I've heard 30,000 bucks for one bot, one system. And I'm here to tell you that this holy grail single system, this one algo, one bot, one system that will turn you into an ATM machine and print you money every morning for the rest of your life is a pipe dream. It does not exist. And it's not even how the professionals approach trading at the systematic level. So I want to walk you through a few of these common misconceptions and how we approach things here, right? So the first belief that I want to break for you is that one system is all you need. One holy grail algo, one magic bullet system is all you need. And you're going to pay 20K for it, and it will work all the time in all market regimes, in all market cycles, and print you money, and you can retire early and drive a Lambo, right? I want to break this belief as we move forward, okay? So the main thing that we have learned over the last 5+ years is that you really can't rely on one system. Why is this? What happens when you rely on one magical system, right? So let's say you had a strategy that works on NQ futures. It works on NASDAQ futures, and it's the only strategy you have. And so essentially it's the only tool in your tool belt. Well, what happens when the NASDAQ or NQ, for whatever reason, moves into a sideways range for a few months? What happens when the president tweets or says something crazy, which sends the particular market, that this one strategy that you are so reliant on, into a frenzy, right? If you are relying on one NASDAQ trend trading strategy and then NASDAQ moves into a sideways choppy market for 3 months, that algo will go into a drawdown. That strategy will have a hard time. And so for us, the way that we have learned to combat that and the way that we have learned to mitigate that is to trade multiple strategies. We have what is called a portfolio approach, meaning we're not only relying on one, we rely on multiple strategies which do different things. This way we can capture multiple types of market cycles and multiple types of market regimes, okay? And so one of the main things that you will learn over time is that the long-term players in this game who are vastly successful, one of my personal idols in the trading game is Jim Simons. He is the founder of the Medallion Fund, and they have had a phenomenal track record when it comes to systematic trading for over 30+ years. I mean, this guy and his team are phenomenal. And so these are the people that we look at, and these are the people who we try to model our approach after. It's the people who have had long-term success. I'm not talking about success for a month or for a quarter or even a year. We are looking at the most successful people in this industry, and we want to take from them the gems and the truths about algorithmic and systematic trading. So the real edge comes from diversification. You're not relying on one magic setup. You're trading multiple strategies across multiple markets, across multiple time frames, all working together to help you, one, have a longer term edge, and two, maximize the net returns while also keeping the drawdowns at a minimal as well. If you're trading 5 strategies on multiple markets as opposed to one, because you are now further diversified, the chances of you making money in multiple types of markets is higher, as opposed to, again, if you are relying on that one simple system, right? So this is the main thing that we do. Our goal is to compound results over time. We're not necessarily trying to go for home runs and gamble for big winners. We care about longevity, and it's why we have a portfolio approach. Okay. And in terms of what the portfolio is, what we do is we have pre-built and pre-constructed a portfolio for you, and it's called the ZTA Quant Portfolio. And what it is, essentially, it's a fully pre-built portfolio consisting of 12 strategies across 5 markets. And so, as I mentioned earlier, as opposed to only having one market, we trade 5, right? So we trade ES, NQ, crude oil, gold, and we also have a system that trades natural gas as well. We trade on as low as a 5-minute chart all the way up to a 1-day chart as well. So one of our strategies in the ZTA Quant Portfolio is a swing trading system on gold futures, and it holds for up to 5 trading days or 5 sessions, right? Again, the main mission here is to spread you out so that you are not overly reliant on one strategy working all the time, on one market, on one singular time frame. So the ZTA Quant Portfolio is what we include as a license to all of our prospective clients, and they absolutely love it. In terms of the portfolio, we do a quarterly rebalancing of the portfolio. What do I mean by that? Well, as our client, we don't want you to have to think and figure out which algos to run, which ones to turn off and to turn on, which ones you may need to update in settings and optimize and tweak. We said, look, what do clients want? We know that clients want the easiest path. Clients want to get back to their lives. The reason why you may be attracted to this is because you either want to A, make more money, or B, free up your time, and of course, C, you want to do both of those things. And so the main aim here is to make things as streamlined and as easy for you as a client. And so what we do is once a quarter, right? So about every 3 months, we come in and we have a look at the portfolio, and we want to look at the strategies and see which ones are performing, which ones are our laggers, which ones are our leaders, and which ones may need to be optimized and tweaked, and if any needs to be updated. We will do this once a quarter, and then we will send out a new version of the portfolio to all of our existing clients. And so the ZTA Quant Portfolio is not just a black box thing where you buy this algo or this system from some shady third party company and you never hear from them again. We treat it as a living, breathing thing. We will make changes to it as we see fit, and then we will update you on any and all changes once a quarter to make sure that you are always running the latest and greatest version of the portfolio. So the ZTA Quant Portfolio is more so for the long-term trader in mind. You have a goal of growing an account long-term. You want to compound your wealth. You come to us and you say, hey guys, look, I have $50,000 and I want to grow this over time. This is a fantastic option for folks who have more of a long-term view and can wait, 6 months, 9 months, a year plus to see the returns at the portfolio level, as opposed to looking for, let's say, cash flow or shorter term profits. So this is the ZTA Quant Portfolio, and it's the main thing that is included in your license. We also include a couple extra things in the license as well, and I want to take a couple of more minutes to walk you through what those couple extra things are. So along with the portfolio, we have built a custom and proprietary software tool that we call PortfolioAnalyzer. Now, what this tool is it helps you to backtest and model your own custom portfolio. So what you're looking at on the screen here is a hypothetical model of if you were to trade the ZTA Quant Portfolio all the way back from 2008 until late 2024. As you can see, this is across about 13,400 trades, so a very large sample size of trades. We're not talking about 3 months here or 6 months or even a year. We are talking about 16 years, okay, and 13,000 trades. If you look all the way to the right, you can see that to begin trading this portfolio in a cash account, you would have needed about 90 grand. I usually say 100 to be extra safe in terms of margin and in terms of being able to handle any of the drawdowns. You would have been able to turn almost 90K into over 1.4 million had you just put that money in a trading account and you let the algos run and you compounded it over time. Also, this is trading one contract per system, right? So we're not including any profits in terms of if you were to increase your position size over time. Of course, in live trading, as the account is performing, as your account is compounding, as you're growing, you will naturally move from one contract to two to three to five and so on as your capital is growing and you can handle more risk. But in this model here, this is only assuming one contract initially per trading strategy, per system, right? And this tool is a fantastic tool to, again, help you assess what would a portfolio do if I were to trade these 5, 6, 10, 20 strategies at the same time in one account. You can see that the maximum drawdown we incurred was about 39,000 bucks with a net profit of, again, over 1.4 million. This is a fantastic net profit to drawdown ratio. This is one of the main things that we look for when we are assessing and when we are constructing portfolios. We want to look at not only how much money have we made, but how much money did I have at risk in order to make X? And having a net profit to drawdown ratio so extremely high is always a fantastic sign. If you care more about the financial and the trading metrics like Sharp and Sortino, we do also include these as well. You can see that the portfolio trades on average about 3 times per day. And one of the main features of PortfolioAnalyzer that I absolutely love is our correlation analysis. So, as I alluded to earlier, when you're trading a portfolio, you really can't trade random strategies, random systems, random algos in the same portfolio. You have to do what's known as proper portfolio construction, and you have to model and assess how would this portfolio perform if I were to trade these strategies. And so one of the things that we look for is what is known as a portfolio correlation, meaning how correlated are any two strategies in our portfolio. What we found is that a portfolio that, let's say, has 10 strategies in it, but all of them are highly correlated, you would tend to go into a drawdown at the same time. And of course, you don't want this, right? So we aim for low to negative correlation, and we do include a tool in here to help you. And we do include a tool in here to help you assess this correlation of your portfolio as well. So PortfolioAnalyzer is usually for our slightly more advanced clients who want to construct their own portfolios. Say you wanted to use our ZTA Quant Portfolio 12, and then you wanted to get 3 more strategies or 4 more strategies from some third party and combine all of them in one portfolio. This is a fantastic tool to help you model and assess how a portfolio would perform. Okay, so this is mainly for the long-term trader in mind, right? And so we mainly serve 2 types of clients. We serve the long-term client who's looking to build his or her wealth, grow and compound account over time, and then we have recently been focused on helping the prop firm traders. Now, if you don't know what a prop firm is, the modern version of it is essentially a funded account program where a company will give you access to a simulated funded account. And if you can prove certain consistencies and you can prove that you are capable of earning a certain amount of profit while at the same time not blowing the account, you will then get access to be able to withdraw live cash and live funds from these companies and from these accounts. And a few of them also have an option to then moving you over into a live account as you continue to prove yourself, right? So essentially you pay a small monthly fee, you trade in sim, you prove to these companies that you actually know what you're doing and that you can trade, and then they give you access to capital that you can trade with and then withdraw from these accounts, right? So the long-term cash account folks, of course, are the people who have their own money and can trade that money as they see fit. Again, if you come to me and say, hey, Jay, look, I got 20, 30, 100K, I want to grow this, you will do very well if you were to be using the ZTA Quant Portfolio. But what about the prop firm traders, right? So as of recently, we've gotten a lot of interest by the prop firm trading community, and it's because of a couple of reasons. One, we have just made a few tools specifically for prop firm traders, and then we have created specific algos for prop firm trading as well. So on the prop firm trading side, we've learned over the last few years that you really have to use these companies and use these firms and trade with them in a very particular way. What do I mean? Well, you need to have more than likely a higher win rate systems. It's not absolutely required, but it makes things easier when you're trading with one of these companies. The other thing you need to have is whatever trading strategy you're using, whatever system you're using, whether it's manual or it's automated, you want to have a low drawdown. And the reason for this is because these firms have rules that you have to adhere to in order to pass and then to qualify to withdraw live funds. And so you really can't have a system that made 3,000 bucks in a month, but the drawdown was say 5,000, right? They really want to see a specific type of trader, and the way that we have been able to find success with them is adhering to these 3 or 4 key ideas and these key rules here. We focus on higher win rate systems, we focus on having lower drawdowns, and we focus on aiming for a quicker move, right? So we're not holding all afternoon, we're not holding in an attempt to ride a big trend. We're looking for quick moves to be in and out quick, make a couple of $100 and close it down for the day. So one of the things that we've recently began to include in the license is 2 specific new algos that we built just for prop firm trading. Those algos are called Quant Sniper and Quant Falcon. These are very high win rate systems. They win over 70% of the time, and both of them have low drawdowns. If I can actually pull up a quick little screenshot. So here's at a glance one of our algos known as Quant Sniper. Here's how Quant Sniper has performed year to date, just trading NQ. Most of these trade only 1 or 2 contracts, and again, we're not looking for a large move. You can see that from the top of the year until today, we've had an 85% win rate using this one system. And in terms of the net profit to drawdown, one of the things that we look for when we're evaluating a system for what is known as robustness is we look for a net profit to drawdown ratio of at least 3, meaning I want this number to be at least 3 times our maximum drawdown. As you can see, we have achieved this here with a very high win percentage of over 85%, and we have made some pretty good money only trading this on one account. In terms of the other prop firm bot known as Quant Falcon, this one actually trades micro futures, right? And so this one trades MNQ, and this particular system has also done quite well. It's made almost 8,000 bucks with a maximum drawdown of only 800 bucks. This one trades a little more frequently, and again, it has a win percentage of almost 78% of the time. So what we have found is that once we've combined these 2 prop firm strategies on prop firm accounts, you have a fantastic opportunity to not only pass an evaluation and receive funding, you now have a fantastic chance of continually and consistently earning funded account payouts as well. So if we were to look, obviously we had a green day today in the community. Many of us caught these trades, and we only took 1 or 2 trades in the morning, and we literally shut off the algos and went about our day. You can see here that I'm trading a few accounts, and I'm up a couple of $100 on each of these accounts here. And let's have a look at how some other folks did this morning as well. So this client made 600 bucks on each of his accounts. Absolutely phenomenal. Here's my results. He made a few hundred as well, on these. Oh, wow. Absolutely crushed it this morning. And then as you continue to scroll, you can just see over weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, these prop firm strategies have been absolutely crushing it because we adhere to very keen and very specific rules when we're targeting prop firm trading as opposed to live long-term account trading as well. And so no matter what type of client you are, whether you're a cash account client who wants to grow and compound his or her wealth over time, or whether you are a prop firm client, we have included in your license 14 systems, right? Because you get 12 in the ZTA portfolio and you get access to these two prop firm strategies as well. You have a total of 12 systems and the custom software tool called PortfolioAnalyzer. And then we also built a custom plugin for NinjaTrader called the ZTA MoneyManager. Now, what this one is, one of the questions I usually get is, hey, Jade, is it possible to use the long-term ZTA Quant portfolio on prop firms? The answer is yes, but you want to use a tool like this. What this tool is, it's a custom plugin that we have made for NinjaTrader to help take the account level risk management to the next level. Meaning, if you wanted to cap your max loss on the day for one of your Apex accounts to be, let's say, $500, you would come in here, put in 500, and then hit save. And what Money Manager will do is Money Manager will quietly run in the background and monitor the accounts and monitor what's happening, how the account is doing. And once one of these rules are met, it'll automatically flatten the account, meaning it'll close any open trades and it will turn off the trading strategies for the rest of the session. So in terms of you as a client struggling with your emotions and breaking your rules like I used to do, having a tool like this is absolutely a game changer. It takes the risk management, it takes the money management to a whole new level because you don't have to think. You can just turn this thing on, apply it to whatever account you want, and let it run. Okay. So if you wanted to use the ZTA Quant portfolio on a prop firm account, you absolutely can do that as well. I just highly suggest you use the Money Manager tool because it really helps you take things to the next level in terms of risk controls. If all you want to do is trade prop firms, you really don't need anything more than the two prop firm strategies we have. And then what you can do is that you can build up enough capital and cushion on your prop firm accounts, fund a live account, fund a cash account in the future, and then apply the quant portfolio to the cash account over time as you see fit, right? So you really have any option you want: long-term cash account trading, short-term month over month cash flow with prop firms. You have the exclusive option to do whatever you want because we've literally included any and all tools you may need to be successful at this game, right? And then the only other thing is a VPS. So a few months ago, we began offering a service known as a done for you service, meaning we found that a lot of our clients were not keen or had no desire to manually set up and install all the algos themselves in NinjaTrader. You got to receive all of the files from us, and then you got to upload them to NinjaTrader, and then you kind of have to use and set up all of the settings. What we have found is that most clients don't want to do that, and so we have partnered up with a company a couple of months ago called QuantVPS. And these guys have been absolutely fantastic. How it works is that if you were to get a VPS from QuantVPS, the VPS comes pre-provisioned with all of the ZTA software, meaning it has NinjaTrader already on it. It has all of the ZTA strategies and settings preloaded on it for you. It even has the portfolio analyzer tool I showed you earlier preloaded and pre-installed on it for you. So the only thing we need to then do is activate your license and you can be up and running within a few minutes. So Quant VPS is a fantastic service, and I usually encourage all of our new clients to use it because it makes things extremely simple in terms of you having a smoother onboarding and starting to trade sooner as opposed to fiddling with files and maybe running into any technical issues that might crop up. So QuantVPS has a few pricing tiers. What we have found is that the VPS Lite, which is the cheapest tier they offer, is just enough. And it's all you need. If all you want to do is run our algos, trade live, either in your cash account or in your prop account, the VPS Lite is all you need. And with us, you get the first month is half off, right? So that first month will be about $30 for you. If you wanted to do more complex things, you wanted to, let's say, do more longer term back testing, you wanted to optimize and find your own custom settings and parameters, you will need a little more room and you will need a little more power. And so the VPS Pro or the VPS Ultra is a more optimal option if you just need to do more in terms of what you're trying to accomplish with algorithmic or automated trading. If all you want to do is run them, the VPS Lite is absolutely fine, right? So that's all you pretty much need. Let's see, in terms of results. So using our strategies on prop firm accounts, we have helped folks pass many funded account challenges. I know a lot of other companies say this, but I'm here to tell you, we're not going to promise you any kind of wow things. You're going to pass in 20 minutes or, 3 days or whatever. But if you learn how to be consistent and you can apply all of the tools, you can be like one of these folks who have passed, one of these folks who have achieved the results. We have folks in our community, as I've shown you, who are making absolutely crazy money, who are crushing it. Of course, we have losing trades, we have losing days. Um, Algorithmic trading incurs losses just like any other type of trading. A lot of folks tend to think that, if I'm using an algo, if I'm using an automated strategy, I should never lose. Well, this couldn't be further from the truth. Drawdowns happen, losing streaks happen. You may lose 2, 3 trades in a row. It's okay, it happens. On a long enough time scale, as you zoom out and as you evaluate the sample size of trades across 10 trades, 20 trades, 50 trades, 100 trades, your edge will play out. And every single algo we build has an edge, as opposed to when you're manually retail trading, you don't have an edge. And so when you do have a hot streak, it's a lot of the time, unfortunately, luck, and it's just the market working in tune with your strategy at that current moment. And then once that changes, you start losing all over again. So you need to use a system where every strategy has an edge. In terms of the prop firm trading, we have built a fantastic community here on Discord that we called the ZTA Algo fam, right? And a lot of us, most of us are in here every day. Here is where we do most of our communication. We talk to our clients. If folks have any kind of questions, if you need help, setting stuff up, if you need one of us to have a look at your logs and see what's happening, we'll hop on Zoom and screen share and walk you through whatever help and support you need. Most of that is done through our online community here. Okay, so you would, of course, receive access to this community once your license is activated. And once you have purchased a license with us, you can immediately join our community, see what we're talking about, and joining into our conversation, right? So the main goal for us is to build a community of high quality folks, real, honest, authentic clients who want long-term success, and who have the right mentality in terms of what trading entails, and folks who know that it's extremely important for you to treat trading as a business, because it is a business, right? So we just want to continue to build and work with high quality folks, and we want to help folks make money and get absolutely paid, right? So you can see that one of our most recent payouts was from our client who got paid, I believe, the day he requested, right? So he requested money from, I believe he was using a prop firm called Tradeify, and he says it quite clearly here: money in the bank the same day. So I think Tradeify is using Rise as their payment processor, but it's awesome to see folks make money in real time using our tools, using our software, using our algos. And it's a proof that you do not need to guess, you do not need to gamble, you do not need to hop from trading community to trading community and guru to guru. You just need a proven system that works long term.